I want to talk to you about residual cash flow. Residual cash flow. In my opinion, it's the most exciting, smartest way to live your life is to create that residual cash flow that you can do in your part-time effort. In fact, you can't do it full-time hardly. It's just a strategic thing. It's not trading hours for dollars. It's strategy on how to create this residual cash flow. So use your mind, use your intellect, know that the options exist out there, and let's put that together. And so that's been my training for years, for what did I say, 38 years, man, what year? 82, 1982 is when I first saw network marketing. And so that's what we're talking about harnessing here, the potential. It's called network marketing, MLM, multi-level marketing, or direct sales. Those are pretty interchangeable terms. We could argue about what the difference is between those three, but it's not worth the time to even think about it. So I started 1982. I was in my 20s. I've had tremendous success while making every mistake conceivable and then some. And a lot of them I made over and over again. How thick is my skull, you know? And so, but man, it has provided tremendous cash flow for me. It's what a freeing thing this is. And I don't tell you I made a lot of money to impress you. It's there for you if you haven't done it yet. I've got, I don't know, hundreds of friends who have done it. And their stories are all different. We all face the same challenges, the same struggles to get to where we're at, but we went ahead and did it. So we have looked at this as a profession, and we look at it as a noble career. We look at it as an industry. We don't look at it as, some people really don't understand the value of what we got here. So I've watched a bunch of changes in this industry of mine over the last 38 years, but none as huge as what's happening is beginning to take place right now. Now, you may have already gotten my book, Bombshell Recruiting on Autopilot, and you may have heard some of my podcasts talking about some of the problems with old school network marketing, the ways that we built it in the past. And I've done it. I've done it completely old school. When we first started, it was suits and ties. It was red ties, a navy blue suit, and you wore that every meeting. And you had big meetings, and you had rent hotel rooms and invite and dozens of calls on the phone all the time. But I liked it. I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great way to make money. And pretty soon you find 2 or 3 other people that think like you do, and they start building. And that's when the cash flow starts coming in. So let's look at the 2 different ways here. But before building this, and I've actually written a book about both ways. So I've got 10 secrets of network marketing, for network marketing success, and then Bombshell Recruiting on Autopilot. So both are valuable, but I'm telling you, we're not doing nearly as much of the old school method now because I don't want to be on the phone all the time. I don't care about rejection. I mean, I don't mind being rejected. I've got thicker skin now than I used to have. So that's not that big a deal, but I know most people don't like rejection. With Bombshell, there's no rejection. You don't get rejection. You just get the people that come on board and raise their hand and say, I'm interested. I like what you're saying. I like your methods. I like what you're introducing to network marketing versus what I had to do back in 1997 or whenever it was. So it's the Bombshell idea has just now become available. It's one of the smartest business ideas I've ever encountered. I don't take credit for it, but I am running with it. And I think if you want to do network marketing, you understand the value of residual cash flow. I'm going to talk more about that here as we go along. You need to learn the Bombshell method and do the Bombshell method. It is absolutely incredible. So let's look at, we had the miracle of compound interest. We also have the miracle of geometric progression. And to me, this is the 9th wonder of the world, and I hadn't heard anybody else say it, so I'm going to take credit for it. The geometric progression, if you look at these numbers right here, and I've memorized these down to about 7 levels here, so I can spout those off, but you can just simply use a a calculator or on your phone or whatever to figure this out, but it's a geometric progression of 5, who get 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 5. And you'll see the miracle of numbers as this adds up. And so you go to the third level, you got a total, you got 5, 25, 125 for a total of 156 right there. Then you go, let's skip the fourth level, go down 5 levels. You got a total of 3125 people, or 3125 on that level alone, for a total of 3,906, if I can read that correctly. Skip another level, go down to the 7th line. This is when it starts getting crazy. Look at these numbers. And if you'll hang in there and you'll consistently build your business, you'll see numbers that will never be this perfect, but they will represent, like these will. You'll have this kind of geometric, multiplicative growth. It starts out additive, then it becomes multiplication. Now look at this on the 7th level right here. Just on the 7th level alone, 78,125 people, a total of 97,656 people. And it gets just bizarre when it gets deeper than that. Now here's one of the things, and I discussed this in Bombshell. One of the things people get involved in network marketing, they don't have a clue what they're doing. Nobody's taught them. And so you get in here, you don't understand some simple concepts. You don't know questions to ask. Here's a question to ask. How many levels is your company willing to pay me for me to go out and they're representing you and putting volume into your company? How many levels are you going to pay me? Well, a lot of the old school ones, they pay three levels. Look at those numbers. Those are anemic numbers. Now you can put more width in there and it will grow better than what we're showing right here, or you can put more in than 5, but that's a sad situation right there. Others pay you 5 levels. That's better, but it's still, look at these numbers. They're not that great. And then some pay 7 levels. Now you're talking some serious, but what if it ends after 7? You're missing the bulk of these numbers right here, the huge multiplicative geometric progression that occurs naturally with numbers. And that happens with people in network marketing. You find a great company, you ask all the right questions, you feel good about it, they've got consumable products that are being repurchased all the time. People are using it constantly, and it pays infinite. Now that to me is the right way to get paid. You get paid, I don't care if you're 7,000 levels below me, and I'm still making the same amount of money as somebody 2 levels below me or 1 level below me. Now that makes sense. And it's the science of compensation plans that have evolved over the years. And so it started out with a neat little concept. Hey, let's pay, we're not just on your personal sales, but the people they sell to. You're going to get paid on both those levels right there. And everybody went, wow. And then somebody says, let's pay it on the 3rd level as well. If we can figure out the math where the company makes money and you get paid on all 3 of those, man, that's fantastic. Well, somebody has figured out about 20 years ago how to pay you infinitely. And that's been tweaked over the years constantly. And it's real smart people doing it. It's actuaries that usually do insurance type things, but they also do projections for companies like this and other companies as well. And they figured out the math. They figured out how to do that. So let me ask you a question. 7 levels here looks great. What if you get paid on infinite levels? And see, most people, they don't know to ask that question. They don't know to analyze that. So when I try, and I've got a book coming out, 32 criteria like this that you need to know. Missing one of those can be a real big mistake for you choosing which company you're going to. So I get on the soapbox on that kind of thing, but I love this geometric table right here. That turned me on when I was a young man. It still turns me on today. That's a powerful business concept right there. Okay, so you may not be familiar with multi-level marketing. You may have a bad taste in your mouth. And I will just tell you this, don't listen to people that don't work this business, that haven't benefit from this business. They've got a notion, it's unfounded. They don't know what they're talking about. They just have this bias against it or for it or whatever, or some weird concept. And they don't listen to them. Listen to me. I'm the guy that's made millions in this business, along with the guy that enrolled me in this company I've been in now for almost 8 years, and buddies everywhere in other companies, and they're all flourishing. Why? Because their attitude is, hey, this is incredible. This is not some goofy idea. This is a phenomenal idea. Now, and we're going to talk about some of the negatives of this business and how those can be overcome through the bombshell. Okay, so when I first got wind of this, I'm telling you, I'm jumping up and down, ecstatic, and I still am. I still have to pinch myself to say, is this real? Is that, are you kidding me? Or are you blowing smoke up my, you know what? So anyway, what old school is, the whole idea was to simplify business for the common person out there is just take this concept, this company, their products and their opportunity, and share it with your friends and family and acquaintances. Okay. So it's like affiliate marketing in a way. And this, every time the lighting changes in here, this thing refocuses. So I hope that's not bugging you there. I'll try to put a graphic over when I edit it. So affiliate marketing is a really cool concept. It's mostly internet, really great concept. But basically, it's like a sales position where you go sell a company's product and you get a nice commission doing it. If you do it on the internet and you figure out how to get a lot of traffic, there it goes, a lot of traffic to that site, and you get a lot of sales, then it's a great concept. If I had lost everything, and this has happened to me in my life, you guys probably know my story about a person I never met, had no involvement with whatsoever, decided to pick me out of the internet and start ragging on me with accusations that were completely false. They were not true whatsoever, unfounded. But it's, it's like this impeachment thing that's going on right now. And I don't want to date this video right here, but give me some evidence, give me some facts, because otherwise you're ruining a person's life. Well, this person knocked me out of business. I mean, it was such a blind side. They don't even teach that at Harvard. That there's a book out that says what they don't teach you in Harvard Business School. Well, they didn't teach this, and we had no answers. I went to every professional I possibly could, but what can I do about this? And there was nothing. I lost a multi-million-dollar business that I owned. That was that company I was telling you about. And so if I had to start over and you have no money, you're deep in debt, $350,000 in debt, what are you going to do? Well, affiliate marketing would be something that I would consider, because you can put something up, and if you know how to do it and you get the right advice and training from professionals and educators on how to run an affiliate business really well, then you can put cash in your pocket almost immediately. It's a great thing. Now, here's what I'm going to share with you. Affiliate marketing is cool, but it doesn't go more than one level. It's the single sales that you make it. And yet what we've learned how to do is to integrate that. This is part of the bombshell concept right here, is we integrate affiliate marketing with multi-level marketing, with network marketing. Two powerhouses, man, two powerhouses coming together like that. It's like somebody introduced Kathy and me as a power couple. And I'd never heard me talked about like that. And I was like, wow, okay, that's pretty cool. But she's really sharp. I mean, she's got it going on, good looking, sharp, doesn't take any BS at all. And so when we get together, I've got my strong suits, she's got her strong suits. So it's a power couple. You put network marketing together with affiliate marketing, you may be onto something monstrous. A monster thing, and I mean in a very, very positive way. So let's see where I'm at here on my notes here. We'll talk a little bit more about affiliate marketing here, but we've got the best of several marketing modalities. There's several more to come here that I'm going to talk about, but you put network marketing and affiliate marketing together, bingo. I mean, you've got some tremendous things, and we're going to see how that integrates with another concept I'm going to be talking here in just a bit. As your team gets bigger, when that progressive geometric progression happens like that, you're going to make a lot more money. Your income's going to go up. You're going to give yourself raises all the time. So what I'm looking for and what you're looking for is talent. You're looking for somebody that sees this the way I see it, or the way you see it. and says, man, this concept is strong. And it is strong. It's real strong. But you got to get people to agree with that, and the people that can see that. Everybody has their perspective about various things in life, and not everybody agrees about certain things. So here's another aspect of the bombshell marketing. It only brings people in that see this like I do, like you do, like sensible business entrepreneurs see this. Okay. So if you want to own a business and it requires you being at the business 10 hours a day, and you got brick and mortar expenses, lease, you got employees and that kind of thing. If you want to do that, that's fine. I don't want to do that. I want freedom. I'm going skiing in about 2 or 3 weeks. That's what I want to do. I want to go play golf if I want to go play golf. I want time, freedom. And those types of businesses don't, I mean, you can take off when you want to theoretically, but boy, you take off too much and, things can go awry big time. So what I say to you is set up this residual cash flow, residual cash flow. So in the past, man, it took a lot of work to build a team. You got to plan, you got to pinpoint your prospects, you got to figure out how you're going to talk to them, you got to get them information, you got to get them to meetings and that kind of thing. You got to emails, texts, whatever you can do, all the resourcefulness that you may never have had to tap into before, you're going to have to apply that now. And I will tell you, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Most people, they've got more potential inside of them that they're not using. And that process, the old school methods with network marketing, it'll draw it out of you. You'll have to rely, while I'm unfocused there, I'll take a sip of coffee. You've got to, your intangibles, you got to be tenacious. You've got to have resolve. You've got to have determination. And that's still true with Bombshell. I mean, you can't just come in here and waltz to the finish line. There's some work to be done, and I'll tell you what that is in just a little bit, but it's nothing like it was before. But I like the idea of drawing my resource. I want my God-given talents. I want to use every one of them. He has given all of us tremendous talent. And if we don't use it, what good is it? You don't use it, you lose it. So it's, and I'll say this about the old school methods. Right now we have 26,000 and adding people every day to our team. 26,000 old school methods. This is without Bombshell. Bombshell is just now kicking in. We're just now putting this in place. And when people see it, they're going to freak. They're going to absolutely freak out. But before, it was not called network marketing for nothing. There's that middle word, work. That's a 4-letter word, greatest 4-letter word ever invented. But it was a lot of it. It wasn't net play marketing. It was network marketing. And so we did work to get to where we were at. But you put a lot of work in the beginning and you get that ball rolling. And then all of a sudden you find some people that are duplicating your efforts. Now, all of a sudden, the cash is disproportionate to the work you put in. At first, it's disproportionate the other way. You're putting a lot more work in and less cash. But after a while, the results get bigger than the work that you're putting in. And so this is a great retirement vehicle for those of you that are looking at retirement and maybe toward that age, 60, 65, somewhere in there, or late 50s, whatever, or 70s or 80s for that matter. We got a lot of people that are in our business. Our number one income in our business is 91, I think. He's 91, and he's still out there doing old school methods. He doesn't know about Bombshell yet, but he'd probably poo-poo it if he did, but that's fine. He has certainly been successful. So when you find out that the work that you had to put in before is less than it is today, much less than it is today, then that ought to be music to your ears. It certainly is to mine. So most of the people you contact in the past about your opportunity or your products, if they're interested at all, it'll probably be just the products. In fact, that's about 80+%. It's just product interest. Okay. So that's fine, but how much work do you want to do for just a consumer? And what I'm saying that relative to a team builder, I would much rather have a team builder. That's who I'm looking for. So when I tell you about our methods here with Bombshell, we're targeting team builders. We are targeting team builders. So of the 20% that would be open to sharing this concept with whoever they run across, friends, church members, school teachers, whatever it is, family, of those, it's going to only be about 2 to 3% that are really going crazy with a business like this. So you got to run a lot of numbers to find that 2 to 3% that will really make the difference in building your team. And so just contacting onesie twosie, that's a slow boat to China, man. And you're not playing numbers that you need to play in order to find that 2 to 3%. And so Bombshell does that for us. I'm telling you, everything about this is absolutely startling to me. It's just, I'm so excited. So the more you expose others to what you're doing, the more people will want to join you, whether it's old school or Bombshell. So eventually a handful will start reaching out to their sphere of influence. Their sphere of influence becomes your sphere of influence, and you get to meet a lot of people. One of the serendipities of this business is I've got a ton of friends. I got a lot of people who know me and I know them, and that's great. Relationships are almost always the serendipity, the thing that you didn't even expect. You're looking to make money, and here you got a relationship with a person that be your friend the rest of your life, come to your defense if you need it, or your aid or your help. I mean, that's a real deal. And so now all of a sudden you're reaching people you probably didn't know before this. And so you're expanding your sphere of influence. So let's talk about another concept. Do the work once, get paid the rest of your life. Do the work once, get paid the rest of your life. Okay, so the work you do this year, that'll be coming in residually the rest of your life. The work you do next year, that will amplify what you did this year, and it'll be coming in the rest of your life. So you have established a position in your MLM. That position becomes more and more valuable over time. And I'm talking about in dollars and cents, it becomes more and more valuable all the time. So you bring your people in, they start bringing people in. Those people start bringing people in. A chain reaction happens, and that's where you get that geometric progression. So do the work once, get paid the rest of your life. We've always said 2 to 5 years would put you into a residual cash flow situation. Now things happen, obviously. I mean, you can't guarantee that for everybody. Disclaimer. But and that's true with any organization, any business, any concept. Things can happen. Your expectations may be not met how you want it to, but this is the theory of what we do. And if you get with a company that agrees with you on that, and they're building to that end for everybody that comes on board their business and for them themselves, then you got a situation where that can happen. And so I love that idea right there. Do the work once, get paid the rest of your life. So we got this, I want to show this compound interest again here. And what are we doing? We're constantly contributing. We're contributing over in this case 21 years is what we're showing. And we quit contributing after 20 years. And that money works for us. It works for us. And so look at what happens right there. This is what I think they're 8% is what they're 8% annual return compounded monthly. Results are hypothetical and do not represent the performance of any actual investment. You got commissions, expenses, taxes, and that kind of thing. But where is that Sprague there? Oh, it's backwards. That's what. Oh, Lord. Anyway, so starting early is important. And I show the compound interest graph here because starting early in your network marketing business, get going as soon as you can. When's the best time to get started? Well, it was the old adage about when was the best time to plant a tree. Well, it was 25 years ago. What's the second best time? Today. Let's get on it. The sooner we do, the better this is going to happen. So there's that Einstein quote right there. So if your MLM company is stable, it's well managed, you can count on experiencing passive residual cash flow without you doing much of anything relative to the amount of money coming in. And with that being said, most of the network marketing professionals I know, including myself, we're still building. Why would we not? We're just adding to that income. And it's fun. We have a great time doing it. Why not grow a bigger, more profitable team? So let's compare a few features of residual cash flow, and you got to have an acronym to be honest here, to be legitimate. You got trading hours for dollars, THD, and you got RCF, residual cash flow. So over here, you do the work once, you get paid for life. With trading hours for dollars, you do the work over and over again, get paid the same amount for each hour worked. Over here, we go missed hours on RCF, you still get paid. Missed hours on trading hours for dollars, you don't get paid. Give yourself substantial raises every month. Now, how about that? How would you like to have a boss who said, I'm going to give you a raise every month? I'd probably go work for that. I might go work for that guy. I don't know, but might make an exception here. But you work for yourself, and you can make that determination yourself. You can determine that if you want to get a raise, just do some more things. Do a few more things, and you'll get a raise. How about work when you want to? If you want to work your butt off, more so than you have to at a job. If you want to take some time off, you want to work part-time, and you're strategically doing well, then you can do that. Don't take too much time off. You want to pay attention to it. But over here with the THD, you work when you're told to work. You don't have a choice in that. And so retire in 2 to 5 years, travel, have independence, have time freedom the rest of your life. Kathy and I have traveled so many places all over the world. We were just looking at our trip to Cairo, Egypt, man, and climbing up through the pyramids. That's the craziest thing I've ever done in my life. I was claustrophobic, man. Crazy deal. But what a experience, what an adventure. What a cool thing to see that a lot of people don't get to see. And so we've been all over. I could sit down and name country after country, and we plan on doing that more and more. And we love traveling in the United States as well, and do that constantly. We'll be in Colorado here coming up in just a few weeks skiing. So retire in 2 to 5 years, or retire at 67. And then know this, I looked this up right before this presentation. The average age of death is 78.6. So you may have some time freedom in your final 12 years. Yay, whoop-de-doo. And that's when you're older, you're probably less in shape during that time. You can't do as much. You don't want to go on a cruise where you eat a lot. That's good. I mean, positive environment only. And that's one thing in our type of business. If you're negative in our type of business, just take $100 bills and throw them out the window. Okay, so no negativity works here. If you're bent in that direction, don't do it. So you learn how to be a better person. You learn to be less negative in our type of business. In trading hours for dollars, I hear awful stories about office politics. And man, Kathy can tell some stories that are just mind-boggling. And every one of you have had jobs. I'm sure you've got those stories. You may work in a pristine environment that's perfect, but a lot of people don't. And so also the cash flow is not only great for your lifetime, it's willable. It's willable cash flow. With trading hours for dollars, cash flow stops. Okay. So that's just some things to think about right there. When I compare those ideas right there, and there are others, positive versus negative, then to me, it's pretty much a no-brainer situation, which one you're going to choose right there. And the other thing is, you don't have to choose either or. You can work your bombshell business part-time and just monitor it. Let the system do the work for you. Okay. So when we talked about the B quadrant, business owner quadrant, what the smart business people do in that quadrant is they set up a system. They set up a system Okay, so they're not going in and breaking their back, doing all the jobs themselves. It's a system they've set up. They've used their intellect to set up a system.